Although some major league sports still allow player coaches, for the most part, player coaching is surely something of the past. Some of the greatest players in different sports have been given the chance to do so, with some being extremely successful. What's good, and welcome to Sports R Us. Today we're going to tap into the history of player coaches. But before we get into that, everyone make sure you hit that like button, make sure you smash the subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so you can receive a notification every single time we post a video. Here's a brief history of player coaching in American sports. Let's jump in. In the MLB, being a player manager has been seen since its inception. One of the first players to do so was John Clapp, who did so starting in 1872. He would go in and out of being a player coach and just being a player on certain teams. Cap Anson started his player coaching career with the Philadelphia Athletics in 1875 and ended it with the Chicago White Stockings in 1897. In 1975, the first African-American player coach in the MLB, Frank Robinson, did dual jobs for the Cleveland Indians until he retired in 1976 and continued on as a coach in the league. The most notable person would be none other than Pete Rose, who provided his player coaching services from 1984 to 1986 with the Cincinnati Reds. Transitioning over to the NFL, Curly Lambeau was a player coach / founder of the Green Bay Packers starting in 1919 until his playing career ended in 1929. George Helus in 1920 was a player coach and owner of the Chicago Bears, winning the NFL championship in 1921. Just imagine being the owner, the coach, and the player on an actual team. The 1920s were different. From 1954 to 1955, Tom Landry was a player and defensive coordinator for the New York Giants. A few decades later, he provided Dan Reeves with that same opportunity, allowing him to play and be an assistant coach in 1972. In the NBA, there have been a few player coaches throughout the years, the first being Ed Sandowski with the Toronto Huskies in 1946, although that was short-lived due to his 3-9 record in that position. Buddy Jeanette was the first to find success in the position, who coached the Baltimore Bullets to a championship in 1948. Hall of Famer Bob Pettit was a player coach for 6 games in 1962. The same year, he was an All-Star and the All-Star Game MVP. Lenny Wilkens had 2 stints of being a player coach, from 1969 to 1972 with the Sonics, and from 1974 to 1975 with the Portland Trail Blazers. But the most successful was Hall of Famer Bill Russell, who coached the Boston Celtics from 1966 to 1967, winning 2 championships in the process, showcasing his ultimate leadership in the game of basketball. Now, due to the CBA in both the NFL and the NBA, player coaching abilities have been revoked. But the MLB still allows player managers, but haven't exercised that since Pete Rose in the 1980s. Thanks for watching. Comment down below who you think could be a player coach in today's game. Also, make sure you hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can receive a notification every single time we post a video. We make content like this all the time. This has been Sports R Us. I appreciate y'all.